evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at in the 13th Destiny podcast world. Welcome back to the 13th Destiny podcast with Magnum. And yes, I'm your host, James Magnum Cook, here from beautiful Southern California and San Diego. Yes, and it's been pretty nice weather the entire week that I've been here. Not too bad, not too hot, not too cold. A couple of little gloomy days, but not anything that was, outstandingly bad for Southern California. So that's a good thing. I've been here a few times. Usually I've been here earlier in the year. Certainly when it was a little warmer. But San Diego itself has a very beautiful weather most of the year. Very seldom does it have really, really bad weather. And even when I'm referring to bad weather, I'm just referring to that it's not as sunny sometimes. But most of the time it's always sunny. So, but they do occasionally get some weather, as for the people who live here, my friends and stuff, have told me. And I think I've seen a few videos of that. But most of the time it's pretty much great weather year round. Any bad weather they have usually doesn't last very long. So anyway, we finished up on Maura The Vampire Princess filming today, the scenes that we needed to film here in Southern California. And as I had mentioned, I am still sore, but, got a little bit better today, and not quite as sore as I was now. I am going to reveal that I am doing the podcast a little different tonight. Normally I do it from a table setting or something like that. I do have my ribs wrapped a little bit. Not, with like the old style, just something with a heating to relieve the muscle pain. And it's getting a lot better. I'm not having to take any over-the-counter painkillers or anything like that right now. And I had to do that for a couple of days, an anti-inflammatory, because it was a little rougher than I was expecting. I did not expect it to be like that. But I feel a lot better, and it does look like it is alleviating a little bit. Just got to be a little bit more cautious with it, until I get back, because especially since I'm driving back across the country, and you're talking over 2,000 miles back, so yeah, so just got to be a little more careful. And I did pace myself on the way out, but obviously that strain was unexpected. So, but like I said, we finished everything up today. So anyway, what I was referring to is I'm actually laying in the bed in the hotel room. Actually, luckily with the mobile podcast stuff, I can pretty much move it anywhere. Now, obviously, I have to be careful with the microphone in the situation where I have it sitting, where I have the wiring sitting and the mobile unit. Because if I hit the loose little thing, it's going to make some noise. So I'm being very, very cautious with that, considering that I was going to do it over on the table like I did it the other night. But just relaxing, taking it easy, and trying to rest the muscles, obviously. So we got that done. So anyway, so Danielle Long, hopefully we may have her on tomorrow. That we're working on that, so we can have her on as a co-host. Because she is the West Coast co-host, and of course she was in Maura The Vampire Princess on the scenes that we were filming out here, playing the Queen and the mother Mara, who's of course played by Kayla Perkins back in Kentucky. Our three locations for this film, which are in the script, were and Bowling Green, Kentucky was part of it. Then there's a couple other areas in Kentucky that are in the script, and then a couple areas in Tennessee, and then there was the one area out here in California. It had always originally been in the script. Now we've changed up a few little things because we had to. Danielle was new at this, but she did a great job, and really appreciated the fact that she came on board with a little hesitation, of course. I mean, when you've never done this, I don't know how many follow me outside of the podcast and how many follow me from my other stuff. But Danielle Long's daughter, who was Heather Bree Long when she was growing up, she was like the longest serving cover girl for the Magnum Models, Magnum Caliber Films Company. and she's also in the Hall of Fame. She was the first inductee, so that's so Danielle's her mother. So this is how we're all connected. And but Danielle never had done any of this stuff, and it always been like Heather, and so this was a new experience for her, and I want to say that she did an excellent job as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I think she was a little, like I said, hesitant and worried, but she did good, and my camera person agreed that she did good. So everything went really, really well, and we were able to film all the scenes actually at one private location, so that was really, really good. We were able to do that, and big thanks to you, Martha. Appreciate that. And Hector, of course, your husband, for letting us use your beautiful home here in Southern California. I am lucky to have friends here in Southern California and able to use private locations, so that's a good thing. So it's a little easier for me not to have to go through a lot of trouble by having those friends who have these properties and homes here in Southern California. So big thanks to that. I also want to give a big thanks out to Dave and Miranda. Thank you very much for a lovely evening, for everything that you did for us as well. Appreciate that. It was a wonderful time out on the ocean. Appreciate that. And so we got that out of the way too. Let's see what else is going on. I'm trying to see. So we got all that. It's been a long day. Weird. It was really weird. Like Sunday was seemed like it was like faster on the filming part, finishing up the stuff that we needed to finish, and then it seemed like it was taking forever to get back out here and all that. But all that's worked out really well. So, and getting these scenes out of the way before I head back to Kentucky was awesome. I will be traveling back. We're going to go out and do a few things tomorrow, and then try to get Danielle on the podcast as well. But I won't be heading back to Kentucky until Tuesday morning, and I have made plans to stop in Texas and spend a little time with Jeremy and the kids again if I can. Hopefully I can get that all worked out. But I definitely need to get back to Kentucky and take care of some things out there. And but it's been a good trip. It's been expensive as always. It's always expensive here. But it's just one of those things. So, and of course I got delayed, and that wasn't expected. But I'll get this all straightened out and everything. Could have been worse. But I'm going to head back to Kentucky and try to start getting some other things done. And big thanks to those who are supporting on the Kickstarter. And I will be giving a video update on the Kickstarter real soon. And anybody, by the way, anybody listening, if you're interested in getting involved with a film, Maura The Vampire Princess currently has a Kickstarter campaign going on. And that would be a big help to us. If you have any thing you want to do, like with a film, and get your name out there too, that maybe you supported with one before, or you'd like to support one now, this is your opportunity. Certainly I have a long internet movie database, IMDb, that you can check out. So does Kayla. So do several of the people in the film. If you check out the campaign and you check out some of our stuff, you'll see other people associated with us. So you'll see that we do have a lot of different connections to film, modeling, and just the entertainment business in general. Took a long time to get there, but we're there. And anyway, I'm going to try to stop and get a couple of guests on the podcast on the way back. I have some plans for interviews on that. And then, of course, I will be heading to Tennessee sometime this month. It's gonna be tricky because I'm having a little delay getting back to Kentucky, but certainly I want to get that Miranda Young interview done, and of course I have been invited to Tennessee to come down there and do that. So I definitely want to get that interview done. It is on the top of my list to get done and have her on the show. But obviously, I'm going to try to get a few guests as I go back across the country. That, especially one that I had somebody talked with their son there in Arizona. So that's these are things that are on my agenda to attempt on the way back, and we'll see how it goes. And I won't laugh about this too much, but you'd have to kind of know. A few of my friends know this, but ironically, for some strange reason, some interesting things have happened here while I've been here on this last day of filming. And excuse me, so I am laying down trying to look straight. You can't make this up. My sister who listens to the podcast, I will tell you this right now. She can tell you that there's stories in my life you just cannot make up. So today, we're finishing up filming, and my camera person, she was like, oh, well, we've got all those clothes, and these are all female clothes, by the way, and you could take back to Kentucky to some of the people out there. And I'm like, so how do I end up with all these female clothes coming back with me? This is I can't make this stuff up. I cannot make it up. It's funny, but I can't make it up. So anyway, I'm going to have to go get a couple containers to put all that and try to figure all that out. But, I do appreciate the fact that, she couldn't use it anymore. She said, well, you have the models and other people in Kentucky, and but I'm going to bring all this back with me. It's I just kind of got a kick out of it. But anyway, so that's kind of how that played out today. So there's always something funny that happens in my life that I don't expect it to happen, and then it just gets to be really funny. So anyway, hope all of you are having a great evening. And I think I've made it through the podcast with doing it from the bed without a bunch of major noise kicking in. I'm really surprised. So, excuse me again. Laying in this position, however, it is kind of delicate on that. Let me tell you, that does hurt when I cough with that rib. So, not really happy with that. But, hey, I'm making it through it. I've had worse, and it'll all be good. So I will be back on soon. And like I said, hopefully we get some guests on as I'm going back across the country. And, of course, as soon as I can get into Tennessee for a day or so to work with Miranda on an interview, absolutely she will be on. All right, so everyone, y'all have a great night. And thank you for listening to the 13th Destiny podcast from Magnum. And everyone, as I said, have a great morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you're listening to the podcast. God bless all of you, and I'll be back soon.